Then and now, the river of memories. When I was a boy, summer was the most magical time of the year. Every afternoon, my friends and I would run to Willow Creek, a river so clear you could see every pebble on the bottom. We fished, we swam, we laughed under the old willow trees. The only sounds were birds singing and water gently flowing. It was paradise, a piece of my childhood, untouched and full of life. But decades have passed, and Willow Creek is no longer the same. Factories now stand where forests once grew. Toxic waste flows into the river. The smell of chemicals hangs in the air. Dead fish float where we once splashed. The birds are gone. The trees, silent. Last week, I took my grandson back there. He looked around and asked, "Grandpa, where's the river?" I couldn't answer, because what could I say? The river of my youth, the place I dreamed my grandson would love as I did, is now just a memory. We can't turn back time, but we can change the future. Every small action, recycling, planting trees, using less plastic, matters. Because the world we save today is the one they'll live in tomorrow. One day your grandchild may ask, "Grandpa, what was nature like when you were young?" Let's make sure we still have something beautiful to tell them. The passing of time and the changes it brings. Time has a way of moving quietly. At first, the changes seem small, barely noticeable. A tree cut down here, a new building there, a little more noise, a little less green. We tell ourselves, it's just progress, it's necessary. But slowly, the world we knew begins to slip away. I remember Willow Creek not just as a river, but as a living being. It breathed with life, birds nesting in the trees, dragonflies skipping over the surface, children playing without a care. It was part of the community, part of our hearts. Then came the factories, construction. Concrete roads cutting through what used to be meadows. Pipes were laid underground, waste flowed into the water. Signs went up, no swimming, no fishing. The water turned cloudy, the fish disappeared. Even the birds stopped singing. People stopped coming. The laughter of children was replaced by the hum of machines, and we didn't notice it happening until it was too late. I visited the creek a few months ago. I stood at the same spot where I once built rock dams with my bare hands. Now all I saw was sludge, broken glass, and silence. And I realized something. Nature doesn't scream when it's dying. It fades, quiet, patient, hoping someone will notice. I wish we had paid more attention. I wish we had spoken up when the trees started falling, when the first fish died, when the water first turned gray. We didn't realize that every small change was part of something much bigger. But it's not too late. The river may never be what it was, but the next one still can be. The forest down the road, the stream behind your house, they're still alive. And they're waiting for us to do. The next generation, what's been lost? It was a warm Sunday afternoon when I decided to take my grandson to Willow Creek. I had told him stories, how I used to spend entire summers there, fishing, swimming, skipping rocks, and lying in the grass watching clouds drift by. His eyes lit up every time I talked about it. "It sounds like a magical place," he said, and it was. But when we arrived, his excitement faded. The air was still, but not in a peaceful way. The trees looked sick, the water was murky, and plastic bottles floated near the banks. A strange smell lingered in the breeze. He looked at me, confused. "Grandpa, is this the river you told me about?" I couldn't speak. I didn't know how to explain that the river he saw was only a shadow of the one I remembered. That what I had once loved, what I had taken for granted, was gone. In that moment, I felt something deeper than sadness. I felt responsible. Not just for the creek, but for the world he's inherited. A world where birdsong is rare, clean rivers are few, and natural beauty exists more in stories than in reality. Our generation grew up with nature all around us. It was part of our lives. We never imagined a time when our children or grandchildren might not have that same connection. But here we are. He held my hand and asked quietly, "Do you think it will ever come back?" And I wished I could say yes without hesitation. The truth is, it depends on us, on what we choose to do now. We may not be able to bring back the Willow Creek I knew, but we can fight for the places that still remain, for the rivers not yet silenced, for the forests still breathing. Because one day, he'll tell stories too, and I want him to have something real to remember. A message for tomorrow. We can't turn back the clock. We can't undo the damage that's already been done to the places we once loved. But what we can do is choose a different path forward. The future doesn't belong to us. It belongs to our children and their children. And the choices we make today will shape the world they inherit. You don't have to be a scientist or an activist to make a difference. Start small. Plant a tree. Pick up litter. Choose reusable over disposable. Support clean water and conservation efforts in your community. Speak up when you see nature being harmed, because nature remembers kindness too. And when your grandchild asks, "What did you do when the world started to change?" you'll be able to say, "I chose to care. I chose to act." We are the bridge between the past and the future. We carry the memories of what once was, and we hold the power to protect what's left. The rivers may not run as clear as they once did, but they can still run free. Let's give the next generation more than just stories. Let's give them trees to climb, water to drink, birds to listen to, and places to belong. It starts with us, and it starts today.